It's interesting, isn't it? All over the place these days, people are saying don't pay the television license fee. Now, many years ago, not that many I suppose, but many years ago, the license fee that you paid for to watch the television was purely for the BBC. If you had ITV, which of course most people did, then you didn't have to pay for the license. If you were just watching ITV, no need to pay for the license because all the money went to the BBC. Of course, that's all changed now. You can't do anything virtually without having to have a license by law. And it's not cheap these days, is it? 170 quid. Still, listen, I'm not going to go on about the programmes because there's a lot of rubbish on the BBC. We all know that. There's a lot of repeats. But I'm not going to harp on about that, nor do I want to mention all the sport. I mean, this past 3 months we've had what? We've had the football, we've had the tennis, we've had the Olympics, which is lovely for the people that like sport. But, there's millions that don't. And what alternative do you have? Well, you've got a BBC 4 and a BBC 3. 3 is a dead loss. That's only for people under 14-year-olds. And BBC 4 is a little bit highbrow. Of course, what they should do is just put the sport on just the one other channel and keep BBC 1 free for the regular programmes. But I'm not going to go on about that, nor am I going to mention the wages that some of the people at the BBC earn. People like Gary Lineker earns millions. And then there's that business with Hugh Edwards. I'm not going to go down that route. And I won't even talk about the news bias that the BBC appear to have, if you believe everybody that you listen to. Of course, being a pensioner, we're in our mid-70s now, me and my wife. Being pensioners, we've lost out on the over 75 free TV licence, which was introduced actually by the last government, not the Labour Party. Of course, they've carried on the cuts to pensioners. The winter fuel payments, because that's gone as well now for us. So we have to pay the full whack for a TV licence. Now, some people say don't pay it, and there's a ways to avoid paying if you faff around with what you watch and don't use catch-up and all this rubbish. But I can't be bothered with all that. Besides, I always believe in being law-abiding and paying. Right then, here's the thing. We got a notification, as we do every year, saying that it's time to pay for your TV licence, so please go ahead and pay it. Now, I use my iPad for paying the TV licence. So I clicked on the letter, and of course it comes up with all the gubbins, and you go through all the motions, and you put your name and address in, and your credit card and all that sort of thing. And when I do anything on the internet, I tend to use a credit card because I think that's probably safer than having it direct through your bank. So what I did, I clicked in and I went on and did all the details and paid my £169, whatever it is, and clicked the button Pay Now. Then it all went wrong because a message came up that said, Error, please try again. So I had to go through the whole routine again. Completely from the beginning, you can't just go back a little bit. So I went through the whole routine again and then finished up by clicking the Pay Now button, and the same thing happened again. Error, please try again. So I thought, hang on a minute, what's happening here? So what I did was I shut down that and then went into my credit card function, my credit card app, just to make sure that it hasn't gone through, and lo and behold, it had. 2 lots of £169.50 was showing up on my credit card statement.